Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a debut today from Walter Grönholm, and a puzzle that it's called December Colours. It was sent to us in December but being solved in January. That's just the way of things sometimes. Now it is January, and that means the Patreon reward is out, and it is off by one by the PBN Institute. On Patreon, you can go to that, find the post from the 1st of January. It is a December calendar of 12 and then a 13th puzzle, all Japanese sums off by one. We did a video to sort of show how they worked just before the new year, and you can look that up for clues on how to solve this sort of puzzle. That was a very hard one. I think they're all a bit easier in the pack actually, and do check it out. Then you can send your entry to the address given, and you may win a prize, and that prize is the chance to solve a collaborative video with Simon, solve a puzzle on a video with Simon, as Don Ferguson did, and that video's out this week. So that's always a special moment, is getting to see a viewer solve with Simon. Now, what else is going on? Well, on Monday we'll be streaming from the Blueprints house. We're going back, so looking forward to that. Then, on Patreon, of course, there's always, as well as that, the Sudoku hunt for the month, there's always extra crosswords and connections and gridogram. Do check it all out. It's great fun. And all of our apps, they feature Domino Sudoku, like today, and Classic Sudoku 2. Look for the puzzles by Sam Cappleman-Lynes especially, and Nikoli, but they're all brilliant. And the worms. Anyway, let's go to the first link in the description field, which is to this puzzle. You can play it first, or you can watch me have a go at December Colours, and the rules very straightforward. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits in cells joined by a white dot are consecutive. Digits in cells joined by a black dot, one of them is double the other. There's no negative constraint. I didn't manage to get Walter's umlaut into the attachment, but it is above my head. Anyway, give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Right. The digits that can appear on a black dot in Sudoku are 1, 2, 4, 3, 6, 8. And they kind of form two families. 1, 2, 4, 8 can be joined by a black dot, or by a series of them. But 3, 6 are separate. Now, if you have 3 digits in a row, all joined by black dots, they have to be from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, because there's only 2 digits in the 3, 6 family. So that digit will be 2 or 4, and 2 or 4 will definitely be used in this group. And this black dot pair is going to have to be a 3, 6 pair. It's not so obvious with this cell. This could be 1 or 8, whichever one doesn't get used in that group. So actually that is 1, 8, 3 or 6. If it is 1 or 8, that'll join to 2 or 4. So this is 2, 4, 3 or 6. Oh, here again we get the same pattern. 2, 4, oops, 2 or 4 in the middle. 2 and 4 definitely used in the run of 3, which is either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. And that pair must be 3, 6. Now this pair must be from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. This pair also must be from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, and this pair. Now, how do I know that? Because if you were to put 3, 6 in there, you'd break that cell. You couldn't fill it in. I'm wondering about... Oh, colours mentioned in the title, isn't it? This might be a colouring puzzle, you know. I didn't think it was at first, but then I didn't really think. Yes, I know. You think I don't. I fail to think all the time. 7, that given 7 must replicate in the upper upper box in one of those cells, and then in one of those two. It's never on a black dot. In fact, this is another black dot digit, so I suppose just like that one, this is 1, 3, 6 or 8. Well, it can't be 1 because it sits between two dot partners that see each other, and they would both have to be 2. So that is 3, 6 or 8. This is therefore 3, 6 or 4. I am going to colour. I'm going to colour at first in what may seem like an odd way. If that's a 3, 6 pair, let's make both 3 and 6 pink. And the digits from 1, 2, 4, 8 could be, shall we think of a colour together? Let's go green. And there are going to be 4 of these green digits in every row, column and box, but only 2 of the pink digits. I'm just wondering if this gives me... Oh, of course, the 3, 6 pair sees both of these, so they have to be green. Ah, so that's another set. This is in fact a set of 1, 2, 4, 8 in this box. That's a set of the 4 greens. So let's come up with another colour that's not pink or green for the third colour. We'll make it orange. And there are 3 of those, and they are obviously 5, 7 and 9, and that digit is a 5. And that's a 7, 9 pair. Now, in this row, these 2 are definitely orange because they see 4 green in the row and 2 pink in the box. And one of them's a 5 by Sudoku. These, ooh, they're not orange because that's orange. Actually, we might as well make that one orange. There's one green to go. No, okay. It was a hope that I could colour in clusters, and I think it was an erroneous hope. I think I'm going to have to work out something better about 3 and 6. No, I think I'm going to have to work out which one of 1, 2, 4, 8 is which. I could give them letters. I mean, am I going absolutely off my rocker at the moment? Maybe I am, but let's call that A and that B. This must be C because it's different from them both. Now, I don't know whether this is D or one of A and B. So, what do I know? Maybe that's not the way to do it at all. No, I'm not thrilled by that approach either. I sort of think I'm going to have to divide up these cluster colours into individual bits. But oh, there's other things going on. Those 2 digits have to appear here and here. Oh, 7 has to appear in one of those cells first off. So that digit is a 9 and that one's a 7. Now 5 and 9 have to appear down here. Oh, well, this might be a little bit more valuable as a way of doing things. Now, these, oh, they can only be... Yeah, that's interesting. They see all 3 oranges in the row. They see 3 greens. So this must be 2 pinks and a green. These are the 3 oranges, in fact. Was it a Sherlock Holmes story, the 4 orange pips? Maybe it's 5 orange pips. Anyway, this is a green and both pinks. So, both pinks are in this group, and at least one of them falls on this black dot, and therefore both of them do. Ah, that's quite interesting. Okay, and this must be green, because it sees both pinks and all 3 oranges, and this is green for the same reason, and it's not 7. And this now must be where 7 goes. Orange, right. This is green. I was going to say this is a black dot pair, but that's not necessarily true. That could be a 2-4 pair, and this could be 1-8. Now these see 2 pinks in the box and 3 orange in the row. They're all green. And that's 4 green in this column. This one has to be 1 or 8 because it's whatever is left out of there. This can't be 8 anymore because it sees all the greens. So now we know that these two are pink. Oh, this is weird. This is, okay, I quite like this. But I've now found the 3 oranges in column 3. This one is 5 or 9. These are all not orange, but I don't know what colour they actually are. This is now not pink because we've had a pink in the box, so that's a double green. I can imagine that you're cursing at me for this weird way of colouring, but I'm going to persist with it now I've got this far, I think. That can't be a 2-4 pair because that digit is 2 or 4. It couldn't have been a 2-4 pair anyway because it would have invalidated that. Just think, Mark, before you say daft things. Oh, 7 has been used in this box in one of those, well, it's been used in this column. This group on the white dot have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, is there a problem with any of those sets? There must be either a 3 or a 6 in this group. That's interesting. It can't be here because that sees both pinks. So one of these two is pink. I don't know how to use that. I need to find somewhere else where I'm actually getting some colouring. Oh, this sees all greens in its box. 2 oranges in the row only. No, bother. I mean, I thought I was going to be getting more done from getting that 5, 7 and 9 in box 9, but it didn't really work out that way. I'm gonna have, oh, and there's this white dot as well. Okay, here's a nice question for this box. Where do 9 and 8 go? That's not the question I was expecting to be asking, but they don't go on this white dot next to a 3 or a 6. They can't go in this sequence because 7 can't go in them. Oh, one of them can be here. I'd forgotten that. But 8 must be in one of these cells. And that's a weird green digit being thrown in there. I don't know. That's quite interesting, but it's not quite conclusive. If that had been a 9-8 pair, I think I'd have been up to something. 9 is in one of these, 4, but that's not useful either. I've got to work out something about this group. I guess this is 2, 4, 5, not 7. 2, 4 or 5. Just because of its proximity to this. Now, if this group was 1, 2, 3, that's 6, that's 5, this is 4, 8, that's 7, 9. If this is 2, 3, 4, that's 5, 6, 8, 1, 7, 9. If this is 3, 4, 5, the whole thing's impossible. That would be 2 and that would be 3 again, and that would be repeat 3. That's no good. So 3, 4, 5 doesn't work. Oh, 4, 5, 6 would leave this being 2, 3. That would be 8, 1. This would be 7, 9. Ah, it's annoying. It does keep... Oh, has 9 always been thrown into this pair? Right, 1, 2, 3 there. Makes that 6, that 5. This has to be 8, 1 because all the greens are done in that column. This would be 7, 9. If that's 2, 3, 4, this is 5, 6. Again, that's 8, 1. 3, 4, 5 doesn't work because this breaks. And 4, 5, 6, which is the last possibility, makes this 2, 3, 8, 1, again, 7, 9. 9 is always in this pair along with 7, it seems. And that's probably more easily seeable in some simpler way that I couldn't work out there. But that's now a 7, 9 pair. This digit becomes a 5. I mean, that's probably not going to tell me anything else about the puzzle. No, and neither should it. That digit is in one of those two cells. Four, 5, 6, 2, 3 makes that. If that's 1, 2, 3, that's the only way this is not 8, 1 as a pair. And if that's 1, 2, 3, this is 5, 6, and that's 8, 4. So this is either 8, 4 or 8, 1. Both of them are green. Interesting. Oh look, I could have just filled those in from the colours I had. Oh no, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I needed to work out they didn't have 5 in somehow. It's all right. It's all right, Mark. You haven't completely blundered yet. That's still to come. Now, 8 in this box is not in those cells. If it was there, that's 1, 2, 4. I don't know what that means. I think there's some sort of geometric thing that would... Maybe I could relate all of these and based on what are 2 4s somehow. I can't see what it is though. These, right. It's 1 or 8 that's missing from that group. So here we're selecting from 1, 8 and 9. Oh, 2 and 4 have been forced into this pair of cells. That's the sort of thing I ought to have been able to do earlier. That 2 or 4 goes here in the bottom box. Right, I do want to give this a flash of colour now, just because there might be a difference between yellow 2, 4 and light blue 2, 4. One of those two must be a 2 or a 4, mustn't it? Yeah, it must. So that's 1 or 8. It can't be a 1, 8 pair. So that's 1 or 8. And light blue 2 or 4 is here. What does that mean? I feel like it must mean something. I don't know. These don't have to have a 2 or a 4. Maybe one of these has to be a 2 or a 4. That's quite interesting. Just as a possibility, is there some rule? Oh look, that being 2 or 4 means this can't be 2, 3, 4 now. What else did I work out it couldn't be? Ah, there was something else I worked out it couldn't be. It couldn't be... It can be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 2, 3, 4 now. Could it be 3, 4, 5? No, that failed. So it's either 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6. Ah, so there is a 3 or a 6 in it, and that doesn't, and it's at one end, because 1, 2, 3 has 2 in the middle, and 4, 5, 6 has 5 in the middle. This end is the 1, 2, is the 3 or 6 end, because it can't be here because it sees both those cells. So I get to colour that cell, which is really strange. Now, either 2 or 4 is used there and 2 or 4 is used here. In this column we've had 3 and 6 as well. Well, I could colour these 3 6s against each other. I don't know, I mean I could. Now I'm running out of colours though, if I'm going to keep the greens and start flashing and then keep the pinks and start flashing those. Does it help? This is green if it's 1 or 4, that's obvious. And this is either green or orange. If it's 5, that's 5 and that's 7. And this must be 9 then. Can't see a problem with that. In fact, if this is 4, 5, 6, that's a 2. Oh, that doesn't work. If that's 4, 5, 6, 4 is forced from there into that cell. But that is forced to be a 2, and that would be... Oh no, that wouldn't be a clash. That's fine, that does work. Oh, bother. Stop being an idiot, Mark. If that's 4, 5, 6, we get 2, 3... This is 1, 8, so that becomes a 9. 4, 5, 6, 2, 3... 9 there. I don't know. I don't think that does anything problematic. If that's 1, 2, 3, that's a 4. This is 4, 8. 4, 8, 5 in fact. Then 5 goes there. So 5 is always in one of these two positions. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 4. I don't know. I don't know the answer. That's very frustrating. I feel like I ought to know the answer, and I just don't. Okay, I've wasted a lot of time hanging around that part of the puzzle and not really getting anything done. This can't be green. It sees 4 greens in the row, 3 oranges in the column. That is pink. I mean, I hadn't noticed that forever. Then here there's 1 pink. These 2 include a pink and a green. Oh, that green's not here because it sees 4 green. That's exactly the same as that. It's also pink. Oh, blindingly obvious. That's green. And this sees all of these digits. Right. I think this is definitely a repeat from one of those cells. Because otherwise there'd be 5 different greens, which there aren't. But I don't think it tells me what that digit is. This is a repeat from those. Does it have to be 2 or 4? Yes, it does. If it was a 1 or 8 repeating in those cells, then that 2 or 4 version would also be in those cells. So this isn't 1 or 8, this is 2 or 4. And it repeats in those. And that's not 2 or 4. Is that right? I don't know. I do also think this is definitely not a 2-4 pair, but again, I don't even know why I'm claiming that particularly. I got that this was 2 or 4. I've got all 4 greens in this column. Ooh, that's a surprise. This can't be pink because it sees those 2, so that's orange. That's pink, 3 or 6 there. So this digit is 2, 4, 5 or 7 on the white dot. The white dots, for rarity value, somehow are the most interesting things in the puzzle at the moment. Now, if that was 2 or 4, I'm also getting quite interested to know whether that digit is the same as that one, because then these two would be a pair. But I don't know how to tell. I don't know how to tell. I know that digit is the same as that and that, but they're not going to relate to the rows. Oh, I'm being so dense somewhere today. This is 5 or 9 because it's not 7. We've had all the greens here. Right, pinks are there. Pink. Oh, this sees both pinks. This is orange, isn't it? 7 or 9. That's blindingly obvious in the row. Now we've got 3 oranges in this column. Oh, I still don't know whether that's green or pink, but 3 oranges in the column, 4 greens in the box. That's pink. That's pink. This is not pink. Both of these are now pink, and they are a 3-6 pair. This digit is a 1 or an 8. That was probably very obvious before. That could still be a 2-4 pair, weirdly. That would be really useful because it would tell me what that digit was. Now up here we've got a pink and an orange. Yeah, there's no way of knowing what that is till we get this, I think. I'm being so bad at this puzzle, I think. Or am I? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing fine. Yeah, let's just have a bit more confidence. This is either green or orange. It is never pink. Pink can't be here because we've had both pink in the row. Pink can't be here, so in this row, pink is either there or there, the second pink. It's kind of daring itself to be useful. Oh, goodness, this 2-4. If this was a 2-4 pair, I think things would fall apart, wouldn't they? I started colouring yellow and blue 2-4 down here, and I don't think that got anywhere, so maybe I should start that somewhere else. If I said that was yellow, then one of these is yellow and one of these is yellow. Ah. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Whichever one that is here somewhere. Now that must, in one of these cells, go with its 1-8 pair. So if, by which I mean if it's 2 it goes with 1, if it's 4 it goes with 8, because this is a full set. And that also means that I was going to say that this can't be yellow. And now I'm not sure, because could that be a 2 or a 4? I actually think I might be onto something here. It's a little difficult to do. It would be very easy to do bifurcating. Now, come on, Mark, think it through, think it through. If yellow 2-4 goes with grey 1-8, say, then grey 1-8 is in one of those cells. Now yellow 2-4 is in one of these. Can that be yellow 2-4? This would be blue 2-4. And blue 2-4 would also be there, and then it would be here and here, and in one of those cells. I see that there's not really a problem with that. Oh, bother. Okay, I'm giving up on that. That didn't go anywhere. Oh, I'm feeling a bit dense about that. Okay, I'm coming back to this cell. If this was 1-8, that would be a 2-4 pair. There must be a very straightforward way to finish this all off, I think, and I can't find it. Maybe I didn't think enough in the end about this group, because I was going quite well here. Let's colour these pinks against each other. Let's use yellow and light blue again. Yellow there, light blue here, yellow there, light blue here, yellow there, light blue here. I don't think this is actually going to do anything, but this touches 3 or 6, and this touches the other one. So one of those is a 2. I mean, I knew that before. Now this touches yellow 3-6. For that to touch yellow 3-6 as well, this would be either a 2-4 pair or a 5-7 pair. Are either of those possibilities difficult? Oh, by the way, if this is 1, 2, 3, that's 6, this is 5. If this is 4, 5, 6, that's 3, this is 2. This is never a 4 here. I mean, I don't think that's going to achieve anything, but it's something I hadn't really observed before. That was a 1, 4, 8 triple. This is a 2, 5 pair. Again, absolutely from the school of the blindingly obvious and Mark not picking it up. I don't know. I don't think I can translate these blue and yellow colours of 3-6 across the grid annoyingly at the moment. Of course, if we had a negative constraint, something could be done, but we don't. It's something to do with 1-8s and 2-4s. That's what it is. I've only got a few cells in the grid that definitely need to be 2s and 4s. But I've got a lot of other places where they must have one of them. Maybe I should have focused a lot more on whether that could be a 2-4. What would happen then? If these were both 2-4s, let's make them violet and red for the 1-8s. Red for the 1-8, violet for the 2-4s. Just trying to work out if this tells me anything. Violet for the 2-4s, red for the 1-8s. One of the violets at least is there, one of the reds is here. I don't think that's telling me about this. This is one of each. So there's a red somewhere here and a red and a violet down here. I don't know. There is an effective black dot between those two. I don't really know what that proves. Don't think it proves anything. Oh, there must be a 2 or a 4 in this pair, and there's one there. And there must be one here. Oh, there must be no, there must be at least one here. Because that can still be a 2-4 black dot. Oh, I don't know. I can't see how to solve this. I was postulating, wasn't I, that this was a 2-4. Yeah, I don't know. That was an exercise that didn't really yield anything useful. This is one of each, is it? I don't know. Either that's a 1-8. No, can this be a 2-4 pair? Maybe that's possible. Maybe it is. It's strangely available. I just don't get it. Right, let's find something else to do. This is 5 or 9. I don't know what that means. If that's 4, 5, 6, this is 9, 3, 2. Then we've got a 1-8 pair in these cells. And that means this and one of these two are another 1-8 pair. I can't get anything out of that either. Oh, sorry, I've now got to go and get something. Bother. I'm back in a moment. Hello again. Sorry about that. Let's see if a break will have done any good, and I suspect it won't. Now I was struggling with this 1-8s versus 2-4s and whether that could actually help. This yellow pink cell, which is 3, 6, must appear in one of those two spots. But it could be there, there and there. I just feel like there's not enough white dots to really resolve this. Or maybe not to use the white dots, unfortunately. Oh, one of those is an 8. That's not allowed to be 8. But I can't colour it because it could still be green or orange. As could that. One of these does have to be orange at least. Is that relevant to something going round the corner here? If that was a 1, that would be 4, 8, that would be 1, that would be 2, that would be 5. Oh, bother. So one of them does turn out to be orange even if it's not that one. If this is a 9, I just don't think anything's resolved then. For this to be 1, 2, 3, this is 5, 6, and that's 3. Maybe it's the harder thing for this to be 4, 5, 6 after all. Because that forces quite a lot of other stuff. It forces 2, 3 here. And 6 there. Two, 3 here. don't know. It just doesn't seem to actually fix anything. I'm annoyed about this one-way relationship between 1/8s and 2/4s. If you have a 1/8 on one side of a black dot, you must have a 2/4 on the other. But if you have 2/4 on one side, it doesn't mean you have to have 1/8 on the other, except, for instance, in this box where there's 2 black dots, where it does mean that. So, I mean, in this row 2, only one of these could be a 2/4. Maximum. So one of these is a 1/8 maximum. This isn't a 1/8 pair. But all that's telling me is that both of these can't be 2/4 pairs, and that's not really something that is what I'm trying to find out. I don't know, okay, where was I? I was trying to be confident recently that I wasn't completely botching a puzzle because I couldn't see the solution. So let's stick with that confidence. Well, one of these is a 2/4 because of the double black dot situation here. So none of these can be 2 or 4. What I want to say is that that's 2/4. And that therefore this can't be 2/4. If that was 2/4, this would be 1/8, that would be the 2/4 pair here. I can't see why I'm justified in thinking that. I just don't think that's necessarily true. If this was 2 or 4, let's think about it from that way round. Then there's also a 2/4 up here. This is 1 or 8. And that's 2 or 4 then. I don't know, there's some sort of relationship between 2/4s and 1/8s in this puzzle that is going to sort it out, I think, and I can't work out what it is. 3, 6 here, that's no good. There's a 7 in one of these cells, I don't care about that. And another of them is orange, and only one is green. It's 2 oranges and a green. Here we've got a pink and 2 greens. The 2 greens do form a black dot pair. I keep coming back to the white dots and hoping that they're going to resolve what I've got going on. 3, 2, 1, 5, 6. Oh, that being a 5 would affect that cell. Is that of any interest? Probably not. That would be a 9, this would be a 5, that would be a 9. And there'd be a 5 and a 7 here, and the 5 would be in one of those cells. No, I don't think that's particularly strong or powerful. Now this being a 5 makes that a 9. So one of these two has to be a 9 because one of these two has to be a 5. That's an angle I haven't considered at all before. Probably because it just doesn't mean anything. One of these is a 5, so at least one of these is a 9, maybe both. If that's a 9, that's a 9. Nines don't do anything in the puzzle. They're not interesting. They're not relevant. It's absolute garbage to keep thinking about them. Okay. Here's a little thought that might help. If this was 2 or 4, we'd have both 2 4s there. We know that these are going to be a 2 4 pair as well. That's going to use up the 2s and 4s in the rows. These will be 1 and 8. That doesn't work. That doesn't work because this digit is meant to repeat in this pair. If that's a 1 8 pair, 1 there would have a 2 here, but that would be 8 going with the 2. Why do we know that this digit repeats in that pair? Because we can't have 5 different green digits that all see each other. So that repeats in that pair. This can't be 2 or 4 anymore. There we go. Wow, that's hard. Right, that's a 1 or 8. This is a 2 or 4. Now, how am I going to use that? One of these is a 2 or, well, a maximum one of those is a 2 or a 4. But could this be a 1 8 pair? That could still scupper me. Oh, goodness. Can this be a 2 4 pair? That's really what I'm asking now. This would be a 1 8 pair. That would be a 2 4. And that would be a 1 8. Now I think we're very much in business. That can repeat there. Oh, you know, there I am celebrating getting that this is a 1 8 and it's done nothing. It's done nothing for me. This is a 2 4 pair though. Well, I can colour these against each other perhaps. Now, let's go red and dark blue. That's the red 1 8. The red 1 8 has to be in one of those cells. Oh. And one of those cells. Ah, this, hang on, this is its partner, the red 1 8's partner. Let's call it, I don't know, I'm running out of colours. Let's call it violet. That's got to be in one of those two. And then it's got to be up here. It's got to be. That's the rule. That is the red and violet pair, and they're okay, yeah, they're a black dot pair. Red there, red must be up there, violet there, violet must be up there. They're a black dot pair. But this is also a black dot pair. That's caught in the middle of 2 black dot pairs and must be a 2 or a 4. The other one is a 1 or an 8, so that's the red one. That is the red one. This is the violet one. This one is the other 2 or 4. I'm going to need to give it a colour, which is now grey. And that's in one of these cells. And the final, well, let's make it green yellow. I mean, I'm running out of colours, so that's what I'm going to do. This is like a black dot combo, so that's 2 or 4. This is 1 or 8 in the same box and is yellow and is in one of those cells and is in one of these 2 cells, this sort of yellow 1 8. Now, yellow 1 8, red 1 8 connects to violet, so yellow 1 8 connects to grey 2 4. And they're down here, yellow and grey, and therefore these are red and violet, and I know that violet is the 2 4, red is the 1 8. This thing over here is grey 2 4. That's violet 2 4. Now, is this going to come to some sort of fruition suddenly? Grey 2 4 has to be in one of those cells. Obviously that's grey 2 4 up there. Violet 2 4 has to be in one of these. Oh, I don't know which it is. Don't know which it is. Now, I coloured this blue earlier. That is now irrelevant. Hang on. It's yellow, is it? That I've got as opposite? Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have done blue. I'm doing yellow. Or maybe I should have stuck with blue. Anyway, too late to think about that now. Now, we've got red there. We need yellow in one of these two. And the 2 4s are purple, are violet and grey. That is either violet or grey, and that is the other one. I still don't know which way around the 1/8s go. That's incredibly annoying. But this pair doesn't have red 1/8. It might have violet 2 4. It's definitely got grey 2 4 amongst it. Interesting, sort of. Goodness gracious, violet 2 4 is in one of those cells. It's either a 2 there or a 4 there. Red 1/8 is in one of these. Yellow 1/8 is in one of these. I'm not going to be able to get that, am I? Good grief. So all I did was narrow down some 1/8s and 1 or 2 1/8s and 2 4s. Very few actually. Up here we've got a yellow 1/8 in one of these cells, which is the 4th green. We knew that. These are orange and a 3/6. A yellow 3/6. Goodness me, that didn't resolve it, did it? Bother. Red 1/8 is one of these. One of these pairs is red and violet. The other one is grey and yellow. And what about this pair? Can this still be a 2 4 pair? I think it can. That is the annoying thing. Grey is in there, but it could be with violet. Yellow is somewhere in here. Oh, Mark. Right, if that was 5. 6, 5, 4, 2, 3. That's a 6. And we've got 5 there, ruling out 5 from this cell. What I want to rule out from this cell is 2 and 4. So could I rule out 1 or 8 from this cell? It would be yellow. That would make this yellow 1/8. That would make one of these yellow 1/8 to go with grey 2 4. Oh, that can't be grey because of this. Hadn't seen that. This is the grey 2 4. And it must be in one of those cells, and it can't be there by Sudoku. That's the grey 2 4. It's a 2. Aha! That's connecting to a 3. So I do at least get my 3 6s that I'd coloured sorted out. Doesn't go very far. I'm going to then get rid of the flashing of those colours, because if I can get rid of that yellow, it's good. That's a 6, 5, 4. I get numbers here as well. That's a 9. This is a 1/8 pair. Okay, feels like a breakthrough, but it's not going to be. I know that. This is where 9 goes in box 7. And this is 1 or 8, which is green. I can do that. I probably know it's flashing. It's got a red flash. That's orange. 9 is orange as well. Okay, come on. 2 is sitting there. So now we know that 4 is violet, of course. Grey is 2. This is huge. 2, 1, 8, 4. Yellow, 1, 8. That's 8. Things are suddenly happening. 1, 8, 4, 2 on the black dots. I'm going to get rid of all the colouring soon. Well, that's not a promise. I'm spitballing there. That is a 1-8 pair. And this is a 2-4 pair. 9 is in this row, so I can do 7 and 5. This digit is a 7. I could colour it. I should cocoa. That is a 2 on the black dot. Oh, I'm so tempted to just bust out and get rid of all the colouring. That would be crazy at this point. Let's not do that yet. This is a 2, because that's what we've been working out what was happening with grey. This is 1 or 4, and I don't know the answer. This is also 1 or 4. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that that makes this a 2, and this a 1 or a 4. And I mean, I know I'm saying that as if it's exciting when it's blindingly obvious and staring you in the face. That makes the 2 go up here, the grey cell. You will note I am keeping the colouring at the moment. Violet connects, oh look, we did have a 4-2 pair. Violet connects to red. Grey connects to yellow. 1, 8, 4. These are from 3, 6, 9. That's just Sudoku. This digit, yes, look, we've got the 2 and the 4 pointing at that. So this can't be 2 or 4. Therefore, it's 5 or 7. In fact, we can see a 5 there. So this is 7 connecting to 6. That's going to do my 3 6s over the right side of the grid. This is a 3, 4, 8 triple. That digit is a naked 8. That's 3 and 4. Why are these 3, 6 not done? They should be. 6 gives us 3 at the top. Oh, I don't know. I'm still not removing the colouring because I'm just too scared. I'm too much of a chicken to do that. 7 there is looking at 9 here. Now I need a 7 in row 6. That's 5 or 9, so this is 1. I will remove the colouring, but I'm not doing it till I'm absolutely sure I don't need it anymore. 3, 4 there. Okay, I'm going to do it now. I don't think it's helping anymore. Bye-bye colouring. Hello puzzle. That's not allowed to be a 7 anymore. 2, 6, 3, 4, 7, 8. These are, that's 1. Oh no, look, this sees 5 and 9 in the row. Oops, so that's 1. That's going to sort out the 1, 8 pair. That 8 is going to give me a 3 in the middle. 8 in the central box. 8, 7. Got these 5, 9 pairs that would be orange if they were still coloured. That 3 does 6, 3 down here. That does 6, 9 at the top. And that 9 is going to look down into my 5, 9 pairs. Oops, that wasn't meant to be 0. No zeros in this puzzle. 5, 9. Look at this. 5, 7, 9. I've finally done it. Well, it didn't take me that long because I had a long break in the middle, but that's a hard puzzle. Wow. And those December colours took a long time to resolve. Well done, Walter. I'm sure that puzzle is not as hard as I found it, but my goodness, it took me a long time to break through the colour patterning. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. Really good of you. And thank you for just being with the channel. It's such a pleasure to have your company. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.